Okay, guys, we are continuing into our 6 pillars of the day. This is pillar number 3. We want to talk about mapping a success path to a consistently positive result. A lot of people have consistency, but not the kind they want. They're going, I have consistently not enough clients, consistently roller coasters of cash flow, and that is not the goal. What is important as part of this is to understand how the game is played. We're going to take you through 2 pieces of this in pillar number 3. I'm going to lead you through really quickly the 3 non-negotiables to build your business empire. These are the foundational pieces of business skills you must acquire, and then we're going to talk about creating a compelling future. So let's kick us quickly in. I want you to know, and Jason teed this up perfectly, just like my master plan coming together. Here is what you need to know. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. You need skills for business. You need to put your oxygen mask on first. Before you can help others, you have to help yourself. It is a choice to get off the roller coaster of cash flow. You have to take your shot today. And if you want consistency, it is about building an engine. That's where business is simple. I tell my clients that there are 5 foundations in business. And you're going, Christine, that doesn't make sense. You just told me you're going to talk about 3. It's true. If you're curious, I will tell you what 4 and 5 are, but there are 3 that matter based on where you are, based on how you've answered the day so far. This is what you need to understand, because without you solving these 3 things, and we stepped into today with a solving mindset, you will always wonder, have I got what it takes? When you get certain, I have what it takes, it always comes back to you going, I know how to play the game. Well, I didn't realize that a lot of people don't know how to play the game. Truthfully, it never occurred to me to build a business consulting other businesses to make money in business. I mean, it might blow your mind when I say that, but truthfully, it never occurred to me this would be valuable. That goes exactly back to what Carolyn started us with today, which is we can't see our own blind spots. I got phone calls, I got invitations for coffee, opportunity to go take for dogs for a walk, opportunities for glasses of wine. And people say, Christine, how do you play the game of business? Because I'm watching you build a business 1 hour a day. I said, well, business is simple, elegantly simple. You got to know there's 5 foundations, but the first 3 have to be where you start. Number 1, you must be able to both identify and attract a potential buyer. Jason said it, you must always be marketing. And marketing is not the only piece of the puzzle. What matters to me, and this is how I see marketing, it's different than a lot of people teach it. I think it's far more effective. 400 clients have successfully run because of this distinction. Marketing, when it comes to clients, is about finding the buyer, the person who will invest, somebody who says it's worth it to me. It's not about visibility. Visibility, if you're in the wrong room, means you're in the wrong room, and staying there is crazy because it's not going to help you create cash, not going to help you create transformation, not going to help you get off the roller coaster. What matters, if you think about this, we've heard this word a lot today, and it's important. It's a decision, and you're going to keep hearing it for the rest of the storyline. The decision moment is a moment in time for your buyer. What's going on? Back to what? What's going on with the buyer? What do they want? What does it look like? What is on the other side of getting what they want? What? That's a decision-making moment. And they will be standing on a precipice where there's a line in the sand where they get to this place, the stomach recognition. If I want that, I have to do something different. If I want that, I have to be open-minded to getting support. If I want that, I have to commit to doing things differently. You need to know where that pinpoint is, because that's where you set up camp and put up a giant signpost that says, there is another choice. And you as a business owner stand for a choice, a result, a one thing that people will pay you for. I stand for getting a client growth engine happening. I stand for consistent, repeatable client growth. There's not a single client that comes into my business without wanting that result. I say, here's how you get it. I redirect the spin. That's just what we talked about before the break. I redirect the spin and say, if you want to do it, here's how you get there. You must be able to do the same. You must be able to identify and attract that pinpoint decision-making moment and know how to create movement. I said to you right when we started the day, movement is key. So once you know who you're looking for and what is going on, you have to initiate the action. What that means is that you must be able to move somebody. We're still talking about movement. Notice how there's a theme to this. You must be able to move somebody from curious to paid client. The more predictable you can do that, more frequent you can do that, the more profitable you can do that, the better health your future has. But if you can't create clients through moving people, you're living in a pipe dream. Here's the kicker around this. There's a lot of steps people will take before they make a yes decision. And our goal is to coach a decision, not to coach the transformation until payment is received. There's a thing called the ZMOT. Greg has a lot of great knowledge on this, so please ask him about it, where we talk about the 0 moment of truth. Google would tell you that people will take 7 to 12 touch points about you before you are even visible eyeball to eyeball. And then once you're eyeball to eyeball, it might take you another 7 to 12 steps before I say, tell me what it's like to work with you. There are ways you can accelerate that. There's ways you can condense that. But let's be clear, it is not marriage from a first date. So you have to have a plan. And a lot of people think the answer is a tactic. If you don't have clients, you're spinning around thinking it will be SEO or websites or this new tactic or this shiny object or TikTok or whatever. It's BS, my friends. I don't care what tactic you use. I have 25 of them I recommend because 25 of them work in every economy. I don't want you doing 25 things. I want you finding your lane and playing the game you want to play. But you have to think through the strategy. There's 4 questions. Who am I? What do I stand for? Where do I want to play? That's number 2. Where do I want to play? How will I win there? Number 3. And what makes me awesome at it? And what capabilities and capacities do I need to do it predictably? This is number 2. Yeah, I'm happy to share that 25 thing. I'll drop that into the link when I tee up our next speaker. But you have to have a game plan and choose your lane. And most people, when they are past their first client, so if you were number 2 or 3 when we started the day, the challenge is that you don't have a strategy. You're a hot mess. Wiggly niggly, throwing spaghetti at the wall. Stop it. We need a strategy. And if you don't have a strategy, I'm going to say it boldly, hire me. I get really great results with people by building the strategy and helping them implement it. Because that's number 3. It is up to you to lead the offer. You have to have more confidence in your offer, in your statement, than the buyer who is uncertain. It is up to you to lead the offer, which means you've got to know what you're selling. And remember that when someone says, tell me what it's like to work with you, they are the most important piece of that puzzle. You need to put yourself in their shoes. We've been talking about that a lot today so that you're clear what is valuable to them on the other side. Because if it is not valued, they will not spend money. It has to be not this, as Jason said, this irrefutable, I'm looking for this really weird abstract concept. It's no, tangible. Our coach, many of you, some of my peers are here in the room. Our coach says when you are selling something, it has to be something you can pick up on your desk physically. To me, what are we selling to you? Cash. You're going to create money by making client sales, and you can use that cash to create the life you want. But you have to get clear that it has to be tangible if you expect to move money. So these 3 non-negotiables, take a screenshot if you haven't seen this before. This is key. Buyers are everything. Ability to move them, fundamental, and it's up to you to exchange value. Without that, you will always struggle for clients. And who wants to struggle? Hands up. Who wants to say this is really freaking hard always, and I'm going to stay in that space? Nobody. So equip yourself, get the foundations, and play your game.